Hey guys, I'm doing Jumpstart Historic today. I already did a round or two. I think I did Merfolk Ninjas and like Humans Reanimator. And I had fun with both decks. It's been a little bit longer since it's been out, so people are probably better at it. I don't even remember what the decks were. I never really looked them up. I just kind of went into it, and that's what I'm gonna do today. I'll do a round of it or two, seeing how long it takes, and then from there I'll see, I guess. I mean, I don't know. See how fun it is. I'll give you a review of the decks. So there's Rats, Pumped Up. So far I'm liking Pumped Up. Kind of want to do Pumped Up. And Enchanted. Let me see if I can increase the volume here. Okay. Other enchantments you control have Shroud. Search your library for an enchantment. I actually have this card in real life. I remember when this was like 20, 30 bucks. This is a good hand. Turn 1, tap land, into a turn 2 plays pretty decent. Probably play this. And I'll play this on like turn a billion. Um, ooh, that's actually a pretty aggressive start on there. And I mean, that's 3 damage already. That is pretty good. So I'm gonna play this. Other enchantments have Shroud, so let's see how that goes. Is it enchanted creatures too? No, just enchantments. Though I can search for an enchantment, which is nice. Like 3 mana, search for an enchantment. It's not the worst thing in the world. It's not great, but I mean there are cards that literally. Oh
I
no.
do hope this mask is intimidating enough. Let's
Okay.
tidy up in
So
there.
let's just do a forest. I'm probably going to have to discard a lot of cards thanks to that. I don't know what they have yet, but I might get rid of the fight spell.
Don't think you'll be needing that.
Probably should have gotten rid of Baffling in first instead, but we'll see. It could come into bite me in the butt. If all things work out here, I can get rid of their Dovin, which is basically like an extra card in hand. I think I'm gonna block with just one. I was thinking about double blocking in case they had removal, but if they have removal, they waste it on 1/1 anyways, and so they're gonna use a removal spell on it. Okay. Well, let's see what they do. Oh, discard a card, draw 2. Oh, they have a Madness. That is really annoying. Wow, discard and Madness put together. Unless they had it, but... Let's look at our deck, since I couldn't really do that before. Wow, this is bad, this is bad. This is bad. Wow, these are all really bad. I should not have chosen enchantment is what I'm learning. Oh, I just put on top? Put that card on top. Wow, that card is really bad. Holy crap. Well, I'm just getting wrecked here, so we'll see if that continues to happen. They have a lot of removal. Hopefully that is not something that's going to keep happening. I'm going to put a stop. Okay. Okay.
Loneliness can hurt.
Now I
This
definitely need to
wasn't
stop
part
here
of
because I
our
have nothing to do.
contract.
Yeah, actually, I'll take that. Let's go to attacking first. Yeah, the enchantment one was definitely not the pick to go with, from what I can tell. Wow, a 3 mana tutu. How great. Yep. Ooh, wow, that creature is gonna be big. Okay, so do not go green-white, apparently. I mean, it worked this time. Do not get me wrong. It has, like, its benefits, but that deck did not work at all how it was supposed to. I don't think there's too much enchantment removal, so the fact that you have, like, some way to protect your enchantments doesn't seem very relevant in this thing. I got the Slivers have Cascade commander, so that could be a fun one. I'd probably play it with a lot of what are they called? Changelings, of course, because you'd probably need to with Arena. I mean, obviously you'd also still have Slivers, but Changelings would probably be needed. Oh, well there is Knight of Autumn. That card is pretty good. I think the +1 stuff is good. It's just, oh dang. I think I'm good for now. I think I'm gonna use this to destroy their improbable alliance. Are they gonna investigate and then immediately draw a card? So I'm gonna cycle this. Because we do not need another land. It gets replaced by a land and I draw another land. Target artifact or enchantment. I'll take the one. So I don't have any enchantments in that part of my deck, so I'm just gonna play this to give my creature a bonus. So I could cast it as a 1 mana 2/2, but I don't think I really want to do that. I'm gonna make them use their ability there to target creature can't be blocked. Okay. I mean, I'll take the removal spell on a 2/2. There are much worse cards they could remove. Or much better cards they could remove. I mean, if they have a combat trick here, good for them. If they don't, I mean, I get a 2-for-1 with that. Oh, okay.
Breathe in that ocean air and prepare for battle.
Oh,
Even
no.
monsters start life small.
Okay, well, I might just lose here now. That's cool. So I could do this for 3. Is this instant? Ooh, okay. Oh, wait, no, that's not good enough. I need to do for 3. I gotta target a creature I don't control because sacrifice a Kraken and create an 8/8. Like what? What the heck? What kind of crazy bullcrap is this?
Oh,
Now
there
it's
are
6.
even bigger things to come.
Ah, man, I had to get that too. Okay. Ooh, okay. This actually might be pretty decent. So they'll block with the Thunder Djinn. Or they're gonna block with the 1/1, because of course they would. Why wouldn't they? Oof. Okay, this is feeling pretty bad right now, considering. I guess just damage to me. Okay. Oh, okay.
Respect
Prevent
nature's power.
all damage that would be dealt to him by it. Wow. Well, we're probably going to have to do this. Target support 2. And dupe. Yeah, I needed to get rid of that so I can get my guy
You're
onto the
a
field.
salty one.
And they want to deal like 3 damage to me, they can. See, them not going for that Kraken there probably made the biggest difference in the game. I can pay for it soon, to be honest. They can attack me with a 3/5. Sure. But it can't
I
block.
guide primal elements.
There's really no point in that. So I pretty much dodged the bullet there, is what I would say.
I can see I'm not welcome here.
They gave me a free way to untap this creature for a bunch of mana, so I appreciate that. Oh, come on. Seasoned Pyromancer? What the heck? They got some pretty decent cards this time. Okay, sure. I can activate this at any time. I don't have anything to get back with this, but it'd be nice to have a +1/+1 counter on it. So I can attack for 10 next time in the air. They'd have to have some sort of way. Oh man. They're really just staying alive is all they're doing. I mean, their best cards have already been cast at this point. Yeah, I was gonna say, they don't really seem to have a win con here now. So, I mean, I finished that one pretty quick. I'll say we can do another one then. I'll have to figure out how to get some audio in here that isn't just my voice, because it's kind of weird, but that'll be for next time, because for some reason there's was that the same one 2 times in a row? Interesting. Pax is currently unavailable. Oh, I thought it did that thing where it shut me out. Whoops. Okay, so I'm gonna resign from here, and we're gonna do one more and see how it goes. There we go. Okay, we'll do one more. Let's see what we get. Undone. I think I'd rather go for this. And let's see here. In the machine. Well, let's do it. Let's do in the machine and undone. Undone in the machine. So I'll do this one and then I'll end it here. Well, I'll do 2 games, I guess, if I win both. That is saying if I win both. Those last 2 games, it felt like I was really just gonna lose, but I guess since most of these decks are similar to like draft decks, that it's okay to um, just not have good cards. I think also the opponent last game really did not play it to their to what they could have done. Um, but I know these are newer cards. Ooh, Jawar Disruption, that's a good one. If they don't play anything here, I'm gonna use that, hopefully. Ooh, so they're blue-green. Could be Merfolk, or it could be Investigate. Let's class casket that. Yeah, I don't want them having that. Let's see what they do. Ooh, it has Evolve. Okay. Well, I'm gonna just pass for now. No point in attacking into a 0/4. If I can Jawar Disruption them, which is basically just Mana Tithe, that'd be the best, which is about to happen. That's such a funny card, dude. Oh my goodness. Oh, you did 0. Good job. Well, I feel like this is going to be a pretty brutal matchup. We'll see. Yeah, this feels really bad. Yeah, I could probably do... Is this instant? Yeah, I want to do Icy Manipulator first so I can start getting in some damage. Of course, now I can't counter their spells, but I didn't have any counters to begin with. Only problem about this card in this kind of situation is not really a removal spell. It's just more of a, like, I'll keep you off for a bit. Sure, I start doing 1 damage to me a turn. Okay, enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 and a 0/3. When it dies, create a token that's a copy of target token you control. Okay, that's an interesting card. And let's tap this down. Look, put one of them into your hand and the other if an artifact is put into your hand this way. Okay. Yeah, I'd rather have this, to be honest. So, shiny if you control... Enters the battlefield if you control a token, tap it, then scry 2. Um, sure. Already tapped, so that's okay. Yeah, this is not feeling like a good time for me. I mean, they could attack with the 2/2 if they want. I'll just take it. Whew. So this Bloodhound is being pretty good here. Let's no attacks and keep going. Keep going on with this train. Oof, okay. It's a 6/6. Dang, this does not feel good. Yeah. Double block here. They can either kill my 1/1 or my 2/4. And now that it's untapped, I can use it for just blocking duty if I really want. Nice. Okay. You make a 1/1 squirrel. Or 0/3 crab. Okay. Then I'm going to draw 2. Or draw 1. And then draw my card for turn. Yeah, I really don't like that unblockable. Probably going to attack first. I can do this. Get a 0 mana artifact onto the field. And try my luck. So once we go to combat, this guy can't adapt until you have a lot of mana. So I'm going to just tap that. Oop. You can attack with your squirrels if you want to. I will not care. And then I can do this, and then creatures have tokens have flying. Why would you do that? Yeah, I'm gonna tap one down and then create a 4/4. Oh wow, I'm screwed. Jeez, why is their deck so much better than mine? It does not make any sense. Okay. This has a lot of things you can just pump mana into. I don't get it. This is really crazy. Also, I'm drawing like probably the worst cards in this. Like this would have been great like halfway through the deck ago. And now that I got a wolf, I can block. And everything can block. So pretty much my entire strategy is over. So good game. I don't want to waste time. I should have said good game, but oh man, that was a terrible matchup. Um, I mean, I don't know. That was a really rough matchup. I could not do anything there. Considering they were tokens, and a lot of my removal or any of my answers were all very one for one basis. Like I can do fancy plays all day, but I can't just beat straight up advantage on the field, especially with a deck that doesn't seem to care about the field. Weirdly enough. I don't know why I cast him at sorcery speed last time, but it didn't really matter. It wasn't like it probably would have been better to cast him at sorcery just in case they did have a counter, because they were empty-handed or didn't have much in hand. Two or greater, so you can't tap a 1 mana creature down with this apparently, because that would be too powerful. So we're gonna go with this deck until 2 wins, which could always be a problem. not gonna just waste my guy on that. Ooh, that does change things a little bit, because Esper Sentinel is pretty good here. I think I am okay with taking the loss on tempo in a way. Not tempo, but not having the counter spell up for a turn might be kind of annoying, considering I probably won't be able to cast either of these next turn. But Esper Sentinel is kind of a crazy card. I'm surprised I didn't even realize he was in here. Oh, that would have been a good one to counter. Yeah, I think they read the cards. They've probably read the cards. Yeah. Oop. We'll just make one have less power and toughness. Okay, so this at least lets me draw a card. Oop. And I will gain 3 life. I'm attacking the air for 1. They do have a 3/3 with first strike, so I'm not going to be attacking into that, surprisingly. I need to wait a whole turn before I get my counter magic up. I'm going to guess this is humans, considering human. Ooh, I draw a card though. Of course, it is a card I physically cannot cast because it is 3 blue for some reason. But I'll take it. Sure, I'll take 3. Land. Okay, that's good. I think I'd rather take the Icy Manipulator because it is better tempo here because I can just start, well, tempo I say, as I don't even attack with my 2 creatures I could attack with. I mean, Icy Manipulator can just keep down whatever they want to like start using. Oh, is it a party deck? Okay, 2/2/2s. Nice. It is going to be pretty brutal against my 1/1s and 2/2s and 1/2s. I mean, I don't see any good attacks for them, really. I can just choose to block. I mean, if they attack with um, Law Rune Enforcer, I'll just double block and get a 1/1 that drew me a card for free. Out of the deal. This is annoying. I'm probably going to have to keep passing. Golems you control. So not my golems. Their golems. Sure. That is annoying. But sure. They have a lot of power on the board right now, which is kind of what is worrying me. Oh, I should have done this before combat. That was my fault. Oh, and their other guys get first strike too. That is a good one. I did not think about that. Gain control of a permanent. I really had to mess that up like that, didn't I? And these are changelings as well. Okay, wow. I mean, I'll take 4 here. I think I'm dead here. Pretty close to dead. This is not a good situation at all. So this is an instant. Okay, that's not too terrible. I mean, I imagine they pay the 1 here, yeah. Oh man, this is bad. This is really bad. They can really just say any, right? Like, they could just say dragon. They're probably gonna, they're typing for like the most irrelevant creature type, shapeshifter. Okay, they don't really realize how that works, but okay. Either that or they're just really trying to drive it home. I'm not using my icy manipulator, I know. I'm probably making a sacrifice to the creature of the chosen tribe. Sacrifice a creature of the chosen type, blah blah blah. See, if they chose human, all their other humans would have gotten +1/+1. I just thought about that too. But, I mean, obviously they didn't think about it either. Yeah, this is really bad. Blade Splicer, like, really giving the first strike's kind of destroying me. Doesn't really matter. Sure. Problem is they have 3/3s with first strike right now. I can't do anything. There's just literally nothing I can do. Uh, oh my goodness. Okay, wow. I think I just learned how bad this deck combination is. It is the worst I've ever played. I don't think I'm gonna get a single win here. I think it would just be more time consuming to just concede. This deck is bad. I've never played a deck this terrible before. Compared to the last one, it's just I have no win condition. Every single creature I own is like, let's look at the deck. How do I win here? A 4/3 for 5 or 6 mana, nice. Yeah, I just don't see any win conditions. This deck doesn't do anything. This might be the worst deck ever in the history of Magic. You might as well just put basic lands together and you probably still have a better time winning because your opponent would just be so impressed they lose the game immediately. I mean, this card's awesome, but like, and so is like the other Esper Sentinel, right? But like, I never see them. And I always get the removal while it's like as irrelevant as it could possibly be. I'm gonna start with my aggro plan here. My 2-mana 2/1. Oop, they're cycling a land. Okay. So I probably would want to do this into Esper Sentinel and get my aggro started. Honestly, I don't understand why this was a jumpstart thing. It's fun and all, but like, it is kind of strange to be jumpstarting. Ooh, I see, they're trying to fill up their graveyard. Joke's on them though, cause I'm just gonna probably bounce it. I mean, Exclusion Mage is just gonna make them feel bad, I guess. I don't really think Fairy Duelist has anything it's doing here that's super relevant, so. And I feel like whatever they're gonna play is about to be countered by Jawari Disruption. I could play this, but it'd be funnier to Jawari Disruption, but I do need a clock, because this could actually be pretty decent, is bouncing that and then playing that. Like, oh man, Jumpstart Historic really is like very miserable. And there's a battlefield, create a 1/1 Thopter, then attach it to it. Okay, well I'm gonna create a Thopter, I guess. I guess these two actually can attack, huh? They can block one. Sure. Come on, play a 5-mana spell. Okay, we're gonna go to combat. We'll do 1 damage a turn until we win. That's all we need. Okay, well, I'm gonna then just... That's really annoying, that they even have that. I'll just switch its power and toughness and we'll both lose a card, but you're really only losing 1, whereas I'm losing 2. Ay, that hurts. That hurts really bad. Oh, it gets -2, -1. Or huh? Oh, that's gonna kill it. Goodness, this is really bad. Not fun at all for me. I'm just losing stuff. Ah, this deck is terrible. Holy crap. I've never seen a deck so terrible in my life. Oh my goodness, that's so great of you to get that. And then you get to return that card that literally just gives you protection from everything. That is a fun card. Ooh, yeah. This is really fun. This is not fun at all. What the fuck? Oh my goodness. What the fuck? Oh jeez. I'm gonna bounce that back to your hand. Okay, I'm just gonna concede, because my bounce effect gets countered by them having protection. I forgot their creatures also get protection. So I just lose the game. Come on. What? Jumpstart or Historic Horizons? What is this? This deck is so bad. It's like, come on. What? I mean, it gives you good rares, right? But what is up with the matchups in here? Like, I just want to win some free cards, basically, is what I'm trying to do. And I just can't do it. I literally cannot win because this deck is so atrociously bad. It's kind of almost like amazing how bad it is. Oh, nice. I get to discard a card. I get the privilege of discarding a card. I mean, obviously I'm not going to block because then you just make me lose 2 creatures for no reason. So, discard a card, it gets that. Okay. Yikes, this is some bad stuff. They probably have removal here. At that point, I'm just dead. There's literally nothing I can do. Like, yeah, destroy creature. Cool. So I have nothing I can do about anything. Because this might be the worst deck in the history of Magic. Oh my goodness. I mean, I can't, like, what are these cards? Like, a creature gets 0 power forever, but, like, this is a format where a bunch of creatures are increasing their powers, like, left and right. I don't see the point in that. What's going on now? Like, the first 2 games I played with the deck, I won, and it took me 15 minutes. I played this one, and I've lost a bunch, and it's taking me almost twice as long to just lose. I mean, what the heck is this deck? It doesn't do anything. It doesn't win. Why would they, like, these cards are bad. I mean, a 4-mana 2/4? What were they thinking? And look, this person's gonna rope me because they have an ability they can activate at any time. So I have to exile that just to be able to take turns like this. Because they didn't know they had that, because it's a new card, I guess, they haven't played with yet. So let's see what I get. I get the privilege of casting a 4-mana 2/4. man, this deck is bad. I mean, I don't even know. How do you even win with this deck? Because like the thing is about every other deck is that they can close out the game or grind enough value and win, right? So they're either fast or they just grind value. This one does neither of those, which is kind of impressive. I don't want to have to quit just so I can get like whatever I need to do, but this is so bad. Oh, great. That's what I need. I need my opponent to have free spells. See, this is advantage right here. They're gonna... You know, honestly, I'll just play this. Please don't give me 2 lands. Whatever. It's not great, but it's not 2 lands. Let's cycle this. So, I have a better chance of just killing myself in the game than killing my opponent because, like, all my creatures are 1/2s, 3/2s, or I think most of this deck doesn't even do anything, like the white side. I don't know, I might just concede this and try to do another one. These are so bad, these decks are so bad. Oh, great. Okay, what is this thing? He gives a creature -3, -3 forever. Until end of turn, whenever opponent is. If they can't... Oh my god. Attacks you or a plane. Okay, yep. That just basically seals the deal there. This is surprisingly bad. Yeah. I mean, the cards are great, right? Like, in the deck. But then they put, like, the worst possible magic cards I think I've ever seen. Like, I want to get these two. I can't. I have to resign because I just don't see there's a possibility of that deck winning against anything except for someone conceding as soon as they start playing. I'm definitely not doing In the Machine again. I'll do Squirrels, because at least that could be fun. So I could do... This actually looks pretty good with Squirrels, because Squirrels plays a lot of tokens. Let's try an actual deck this time. I say that, but this could be a lot worse than the last one, but I don't know how you could be worse than that. The entire deck, like the highest power in the entire deck was 4. Okay. Create a 1/1. All this stuff looks pretty good so far. I like it. Then I can create a Grizzly Bear. Have a nice curve. Constant card draw. Grizzly Bear. I mean, I'm playing Squirrels, so if they were really like meta, trying to figure out what colors we are, I mean, Squirrels do play green and black. I mean, because now I have turn 3, and then I have turn like 4 possibly. Slivers have haste. Uh-oh. So they're playing Slivers. Let's see. So what does this do? Enters the battlefield, create 2. Squirrels create that and menace. Okay. I'm gonna guess I'm probably gonna need to cast this and get rid of the squirrel. Or get Faceless Seeker. Flying and haste on 1 sliver is kind of a crazy amount of abilities. Enters the battlefield. It at random, and they just happen to get my only 5-drop. Are you kidding me? Like, what? What are these random dice rolly cards? Like, oh, they're so annoying. And it's a 1/4, so it literally blocks every creature I own, so that's always nice too. Oh man. I don't know. Do I? Oh man, this is so bad. sacrifice, cancel. I'm just gonna not even bother. I'm gonna attack with these two, why not? Yep. Okay, wow. I'm just getting terrible luck. Like, they had, like, every card they could have gotten, I would have been fine with it being one more mana, but the 1/5 drop, what? Oh no, not that thing again. So maybe I should have killed it, I guess. I don't know. Okay. So it's randomly gonna give another card in my hand. Negative, negative, blah blah blah. Oh man, perpetual cards are so annoying. Cool, you get a 2 mana 1/4, which is already pretty crazy stats for something that doesn't even have defender. And you're gonna make my spells a bunch more mana to cast. I mean, I pretty much can attack with everything here pretty safely. That's the nice thing. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 9, I guess, if I really wanted to. So let's sack a creature. And then and we should be good to win here pretty soon, as long as they don't get life-linking Sliver, which, you know, honestly, knowing how they set these things up, they probably are going to get double strike lifelink Sliver just on the spot. And see, if this was not one more, I probably would have just won here. Oh, other Slivers have Outlast 2, where they tap 2 to... Oh. Okay, so... if I can just get this out on the field, that's all I need. Okay, this is good. This should just close out the game here, hopefully. And then, as long as you have no cards in hand, so they don't really have that ability to do that. If they don't block, they'd have to block everything but the Grizzly Bear to survive. I guess they could block the Grizzly Bear, and then this and that. But they'd have to block pretty much everything here, just about, just to survive. I don't know of any board wipes in their deck, so this deck is so much better than the other one. Um, yeah, I can just sacrifice one, and then give my creature a little bonus. Yeah, that deck did not seem like it was gonna beat me, especially with missing land drops. Okay, we'll do one more with the squirrels, and then I'll probably be done with this, because, I mean, it's fun and interesting, but there are some card deck combinations that just don't do anything. Like, they didn't actually put any win conditions in, like, two of them, I know for sure. Like, there's a difference between, like, oh, I have good value, and, like, I have good value, but nothing to do with it, you know? Like, oh, I draw a bunch of cards, but what does it do? Like, at all. Keep. I got 2 of these, so has to be good, right? Another. We got squirrels versus rats. This is probably going to be pretty powerful here, though. Sadly, I do not have a 2-drop, so we'll see how that goes. I can get this online, and then next turn I can do that into that. I probably want to do Faceless Agent. I'm just going to block if they give me the chance. What I'll probably do is Faceless Agent next turn into an activation of Chitter Spitter. That's a funny name, actually. That's kind of a funny card. I like that. So I wonder what the green is for. Merfolk rats. Okay. Let's decline. I could do another Chitter Spitter, but that seems like a really bad tempo play, especially if I'm going up against Merfolk. And no attacks and end turn. Okay, so I should be good now, I think. I'm making a bunch of squirrels. So there are 3 or more creature types, or creature cards in my graveyard, gain 5. So it's just like draft stuff. It's not like a real card. So they have a fight spell here. I mean, if you have a fight spell and you want to fight my... Oh, okay, double tokens, I see. So maybe they're just a tokens deck. I guess they'd have blue if they were really merfolk. Now let's sacrifice 1 squirrel. And then let's play another of their favorite card, Chitter Spitter. And let's not attack. I mean, I have plenty of reason to just want to stay back here. I mean, I can just stay back and make 2 squirrels a turn. Seems pretty good. I don't really know what they do there. Honestly, if I had parallel lives in this deck, this would be crazy. Oh, darn, I didn't get the squirrel back. Okay. So what was this? Fights when that creature you control wins the fight, draw a card? Yeah, it didn't win since it died. Doesn't count as a win. I'll block. Okay. It's a squirrel. What do you want me to do? Keep it alive? Like, it's a squirrel. Okay. In the end, it's basically like as if they had those cards in hand anyways. I think I'm okay with them being where they're at. Actually, you know what? Let's sacrifice. Because... Ooh, okay, this actually might be even better. I meant to put it on the other one, like 1-on-1. That's okay though. I have a 3/3 elephant. What are you gonna do about it? And I'm gonna just continue making squirrels every turn and then sacrificing them to make my squirrels bigger. I don't really know what they do here. Especially since they're making little tokens and I'm making tokens. Like all my squirrels block their rat colonies, so it's really unfortunate. The rat deck didn't look good, to be honest, just because of the fact that since all the rats are just 1 toughness, they're just gonna die really easy. So let's see what they've got. And dies. Exile it. If you do, conjure 3 into your hand. Oh, I see. So just make a bunch of reassembling skeletons. Okay. You know, pretty sure I can outgrow it, but you know, let's get rid of the more like the less relevant creature type. Then I can. Yeah, let's do. Oh, I can sacrifice any token. That is pretty good. I mean, I can make these squirrels at any time at this point. And the jitter spitter for the win. It's a slow, grindy win, but I'll take it. I mean, I have a 5/5. I mean, I make a 5/5 for 1 mana every single turn, dude. I don't know how you win from there. They just start becoming 6/6s and they start getting menace now. That's when you're gonna start having trouble. And then I can activate, so I can make 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 squirrels next turn. Don't think I decline, decline. Okay, so we're going to squirrel, 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 and then I can do this. Oop. So now you've got a double block if you want to block it all. Sure. I'm okay with that trade. You'll still take 12. I mean, I don't know. This seems like, I mean, Cheddar Spitter is a pretty crazy card. Okay. Just win. Good game. Decline and decline. Yeah, I give him Menace, and then, like, even if I didn't give him Menace, would they have won? That would have been like 5, 6, 7. See? Oh, wait, yep, there was 5. So they had, so I could have done like 7 damage, and I could have used that trample thing, so there was just plenty of ways to end it there. See, the squirrel deck actually has a way to win, unlike the whatever the blue-white deck I had was called. Um, okay, I guess I'll see you guys later. I hope you guys have a good one. Appreciate y'all for sticking by. Don't forget to subscribe and all that good stuff, and follow, and my Twitch, and everything else. I mean, I'm just trying to grow my channel. You know how it is. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one.